Okay. So, if you did not read the description of the previous video, I said that I was kind of thinking about whether or not I wanted to rework my factory into something more easy to navigate, because I kind of thought about how I wanted to lay everything out, because here's the problem I've been having. The layout of the landscape is very uneven, and only a particular part of it is actually kind of flat. So, what I decided I might do, I'm not guaranteeing, it's not an automatic yes or no, but what I might do, eventually, maybe not now, I don't even know when or if I'm gonna do it, but I'm still going to mention this just in case. I currently have no cost and infinite power enabled. And the reason for this is, in case I do want to follow through with reworking my factory. This here is the file. And I gave myself infinite power because I have removed the, nuclear power plant using the interactive map. So, I guess I should explain. I know that in the future, there's going to be updates that will probably fix a lot of things. I mean, Update 6 just came out on the 22nd. Or if not the 22nd, the 21st or something. And it added a lot of fixes, it changed a lot of things. It improved the quality of life of really everything. But the thing is, things like the SAM ore and the alien artifacts and all of that stuff, those still have a use that's not exactly clear, but it's very possible that there will in fact be a story or something regarding those artifacts. Also, I'm going to be removing this. So, as you can see, without as many things eating up so much power, now I can finally take a better look at things and really figure out what it is I want to do. And I did talk about this before, like a while back. I said the point of a factory is not to look good, but it's to be functional. But I feel like I've kind of failed in balancing looking understandable and being functional. Now, the main problem with this is there are already a lot of ways that this factory has been able to constantly make things without too much of an issue. That's the thing. And, quite frankly, the main key point here are the large signs pointing to what's able to be made. But even then, those can be kind of hard to find sometimes. So what I may do instead, not that, no, not that. Architecture. What I may do instead is I'm gonna make the signs a lot more obvious. Will a sign even fit on this? So there's like a lot of incomplete things here. But honestly, something I've actually considered doing, and it may be better if I play the other games that I want to play first before I even think about going for this. But something that I thought about doing is I follow the path starting from ore to finished product, and I use signs to label on a wall, like maybe somewhere back there, what the recipe for all those things are, so I can really and fully understand it. The tricky part is... Oh god, my eyes, they burn. The tricky part is... figuring out, what tiers start when and where. For instance... oh god, my eye, it burns. For instance... starting at around tier 1 and everything... Yeah, I need to take a look at my main computer thing. Like starting at tier 1, showing everything that I'm able to make. I mostly have this factory to make key components, and not just to make literally everything. Although, at the same time, all the conveyors already make the parts that I would have, I would really have stored away. That's the thing. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if I really, really wanted to remake my factory into something a lot more comprehensible, it definitely would be very difficult and time-consuming to do so, because everything I already have set up, I would have to completely rework. I mean, I have, like, unlimited power and no creative cost in this very save, but I don't know, I just feel like it would be a lot of work, and I don't know why I'm really thinking about... I guess it's because I want to be able to understand my own factory, because of everything that's been going on. That may be the prime reason. That I want to really be able to understand my own factory and not get too lost in it. Because, like, I measured the space that all of this took up, and believe it or not, I could easily fit all of this over near Paradise Island, which is that way over there. All that water over there could very, very easily fit all of this in a much better position, in a much better way. But the only problem with that is it would be farther from my base, and also it would be farther from my base, farther away from all these ores, and it would be inconvenient. And then I had a thought. If I really, really and truly wanted to get rid of everything around here, if I really wanted to do that, I could place... God, my eye. I'm sorry, it's burning a little right now. If I really wanted to rework my factory, there are a few or several factors to this. One, I would need to have nothing better to do. I would need to have the motivation to do so. I would need to really plan what it is I wanted to do. I would need a way to, like, move all these items. Well, I guess that's where I guess that's where the storage container comes in handy. I would really need to plan out everything. Because whatever the next update brings, new items, new whatever, I would need to build my factory in such a way that I could actually, I could really understand it. And I know I've said that like several times now, but I'm sorry. Okay. So, yeah, to simplify, this entire factory, it has its functionality. But at the same time, I know that it could always be better. I do know this. So that's why I decided maybe the next best thing that I could actually do is I could rebuild my factory here, but I could use things like this foundation in such a way that it's very vertical. Yeah, I could make it in such a way that it's very, it's very well lined up. Because everything around here is always placed so haphazardly. Very, very unevenly. So if I had it higher up, around the same area, if I had enough room to really place down a grid to lay things down on, I feel like that would be a much better thing to do. And I know what you're thinking. Well, how, you still have to work everything out here. And that's true. I do. I most definitely do. I would have to find the most optimal spot and all that. I definitely would. But this factory was not entirely built accordingly. A lot of things here were like haphazardly placed just to get a boost on production. I placed several machines to make the same thing just to get the job done faster, and it worked. It definitely worked, but at the cost of it being more difficult to understand. And another thing is, I never really tried to give a lot of the things I bought around here a chance for use. I bought a lot of things from the Awesome Shop, but I never really thought of a better way to make good use of them. Like, what if I had a more convenient way to travel to other biomes? What if I had like a highway system? Like, all those things I could buy from the Awesome Shop to make things really the way I envisioned them to be. And having them higher up would make it a little trickier, with having everything conveyed and carried. But that's why I would make it a multi-tiered story factory. I would have to figure everything out, but relatively speaking, it definitely would be possible. I mean, hell, this could. I mean, no, that would not all fit. No. So you see, let me remind you that I said I wouldn't. I'm not too sure of this plan myself. I don't know if I'm going to try to do my best to make it really come to fruition. But I definitely do want to make I want to make this look better than it does. And I wouldn't have to worry about, everything being too clogged up, because I have unlimited power. So even if I were to, even if I were to cut off this conveyor here, meaning that eventually, actually no, I think the fuel itself would be fine. See, there's a lot of very confusing things to consider here, but I really do wonder. If it would be possible for me to rework my factory. You see here, since I have unlimited power, these are already powered, so I can just kind of float here. Now, I can always use the I can always use the interactive map to just wipe away the entire slate here. Or I could do it all manually. Because when I look at the interactive map, the line of conveyors is an absolute mess. But again, I'm not really sure if I really want to do this yet. Because the best thing to do would be for me to start small and really, like, plan and figure everything out. But this feeling has come and gone. And I feel like it's really trying to tell me something, like, hey, maybe you should do this. And maybe I should. Because for all we know, there's a lot of like facilities around here that I don't even really need anymore. That's the thing. It's been very difficult for me to decide this. It really has. Because everything here works very well, but I don't know. I know I probably made my point very clear that I want to make a factory that I can understand and really make use of everything that I have. I bought things that I never really wanted to, that I never really bothered to use. And everything around here, I mean, you see how efficient it is, but how much of an absolute mess that it is. I also need to ask myself if it's really what I want to do. Because even I don't know the answer to that yet. But again, I probably would be doing this when I have all the other games I wanted to play, you know, played, beaten, whatever. Because this would be very difficult and time-consuming to rework. I may not even go through with it, but I still wanted to record me saying this in the event that I did decide to go through with it. But this alone would be more, you know, would be possibly biting off more than I can chew. Because I don't want to just jump into this not really having been able to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. You know? That wouldn't be something that I wanted to do. Everything here has its purpose. Everything here certainly does have its purpose. And I just need to figure out if I really do ever want to carry through with all this stuff. There's also the fact that using a lot of these different, power shards, I think they're power shards. Using a lot of them would definitely take a crap ton of power for a lot of things. And I don't need power shards for everything, but I would need them for most things. Things clog up, things move quickly, things slow down. Every good and bad you can think of has happened here in this factory. And that's the truth. Fast conveyors, slow conveyors, all depending on the recipes. All of that has indeed happened. And it leaves me unsure what I really want to do. Also, something worth noting. Now that I did some calculations, and it turns out currently buying everything in the Awesome Shop would take over 80 tickets. Are they coupons? Coupons, yeah. It would take over 80 coupons. Actually, I think it would take exactly 80. A little more, a little less than that. So, I'm going to be doing that. Plus, all these things for me to buy could come in handy if I ever did want to rework my factory. And maybe expand it some. Also worth noting that a lot of these things can definitely be unlocked through research in the fucking man. Is that everything already? So far? I think it might be. How much does that come out to? Yep, 80 tickets. And we're buying all of them. So now, things have been purchased. Oh, maybe not everything. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Imagine getting a golden nut statue. Yeah, apparently, I saw the trailer, and that thing is really effective against crab hatchers. Or the, you know, the whatever. Also, I would like to buy a gas mask. Also times 2. I need to put these things away. I tell ya, all those different parts with, yeah, all those space elevator parts, it was definitely a good call to get rid of them to be able to afford all of that. So. So, the thing to consider is I would have to start from scratch and completely work my way up to everything I have now. And I would have to make it all somehow fit, which is why I placed that high up foundation for that very reason. In fact, I may leave for now, I may just leave things on infinite power. I don't know. It's all very confusing, and like I said, this is something for me to really only think about once I have other things done and finished. Something else I really need to do. I need to... actually, real quick, let me find a ma'am. Let me also get rid of this. As you can see, a lot of the things here have, like I said, a lot of the things here are pretty much already set up. So I would have to really, really think about this if this truly is something I would have wanted to do. In fact, I may just leave it on infinite power for now, just so I can maximize everything here that I want to. Oh yes, of course it's too steep. What about you? You're still going? So yeah, I'm gonna leave it on infinite power just so everything can really maximize its productivity. Because it's honestly better to be prepared and have a lot of these things at the ready instead of not having it. Actually, so I'll tell you what. Actually, I mean, I did already kind of complete the story mode. I mean, actually, maybe, okay. This is really confusing and complicated to think about. This can get kind of complicated to think about. Okay. See, the more I think about this, the more I wonder if I really should actually do it. Because I'm at least able to understand everything here. And if I were to if I were to try to, like, really rework everything, it would be more difficult for me to understand, wouldn't it? It would. It most definitely would. So you know what? No. I'm making it official now. I'm not going to rework my factory. I made it the way I wanted to make it, even if it was like really rushed, but everything is still extremely, like, efficient. And why would I want to fix something that's not broken? Because, you know, it's like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In fact, I've always been going in the other direction to improve. That's always what I've tried. That's always what I wanted to do. Improve. This right here. This is the thing I've always done to really make things work. So why stop now? Okay, so 15 things left for me to improve on. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go in the complete opposite. I'm gonna keep going in the same direction I've always gone. To improve. That's what I'll do. I'm just going to keep improving things. Improve the crap out of everything. That's always what I do best. Keep the no cost. Keep infinite power. Because I've done everything I can do with the game at this point. So here's the thing. If something is ever overhauled enough to the point where it's worth starting over, if I really wanted to, then that's what I might do. Or I'll do something else if the game changes enough to be like, hey, now you can have a fresh new experience if a good enough reason has been given for it. But for right now, I'm keeping my factory the way it is. Hell, I may even just make a new file if, you know. Yeah. I think you get my point here. I won't change things. I'll just keep improving. .2 seconds. Alright, I should probably use these on the oil rig machines before I waste all these. It's very tempting to. Radio control unit, that's what's missing. Fused modular frame. It's weird that I even think about things like this. Like, should I rebuild this factory that I spent weeks? You know, I spent like well over a week, well over a month even to really finalize into something I really wanted it, I really envisioned it to be. It's weird for me to think about things like that. It really, really is. Because it makes me think, why would I even think to do this? I just don't understand it fully. The human brain is a very weird thing. It's a very weird thing, because, like, it makes you do and think things that you're not really sure you fully understand. Oh, wait. Oops. I may have accidentally pressed E. I'm just gonna keep this here just in case, but maybe the fucking shredder, or maybe the awesome sink was actually taking away more of the aluminum stuff than hold on, what? There's okay, there we go. So yeah, there's a lot of things to be fixing here, too. Okay. 10 things I can fix. Unless I take away from some of these machines. So let's have a look. Okay, yeah, it's the water. The water needs a place to go. Water definitely needs a place to go. I have an idea. No indicator. Okay, so here's my idea. There is another way for me to make rubber. Refinery. Alright, and then, right here. And then we follow that up with Alright, the alumina needs somewhere to go. So does the water. Maybe that'll do something? And now we watch the magic happen. That's more like it. There we go. I got a bit of an idea. Plastic can be made with so plastic can be made with you know, It can be made with polymer resin and with water. So I think you know what idea I have in mind. Suck it! Quite a few slugs around here for me to collect. I didn't mean to press that. Power is always closer than you think. Yeah, I hear ya. I'll be taking this. How does it feel to be powerless? Helpless? While I take what's rightfully mine. I wonder if there's anything up there.